In today's video, we're going to focus on the top 5 Manny Pacquiao attacks. Now let's begin.
Manny landed a little right hook in there and follows up with great reflexes and timing where he can see these little openings that very few fighters can see. That's why he lives a lot of his.
Manny Pacquiao. Oh, down goes Thurman! And let me tell you, that was just a quick punch.
So the first attack or combination from Manny Pacquiao that we're going to focus on is going to be a jab to the head, across to the body, and then come back to a jab to the head. So the goal of the combination is to get your opponent on the jab to the head and the jab to the body to lower his guard, to lower his defense so I can come back with the jab to the head. Now, just for the sake of the video, I'm going to start showing these as a southpaw, just like Manny Pacquiao, but then I'm going to reverse it and show how you can use these combinations as an orthodox or right-handed fighter. All right, let's begin. So the first combination, he's going to be in his stance. He's going to have his arms up. I'm just going to step in, throw the jab to the head, okay? Then I'm going to drop down and throw the body cross, okay? And the goal is, I'm hoping his arms come down just enough where I can come up and hit with the jab. So when I'm fully rotated on the cross, this makes my jab almost a power shot because I'm going to rotate into that jab. The second thing I want him to do with this combination is back straight up. So if he comes forward a little bit, so I throw that jab to the body, jab to the head and cross the body, he's going to try to step back away from me. So I go boom, boom, and then lowers his guard, then I can come up with the jab to the head. Now what I'll do is I'll do it real smooth. He's just going to defend it so you can see the full combination. So I'm going to be here. Again, there you go. That's attack or combination from Manny Pacquiao, number 1.
Scotto's back is against the rope, and he fights his way off. Manny Pacquiao do what he does the best: land punches with some all kind of angles and positions where no one else could even have a defense against him. That's what he's known for. It's very difficult to trade with him.
And this time it was the left hand that caused the knockdown. The right hook helped, but the left landed right on the...
Muhammad Ali was 33 years old and had a 15-round unanimous.
Okay, now we're going to do a Manny Pacquiao attack or combination number 2. Now this one is going to be, I'm going to step in with the hook to the head. Again, I want to draw his arms up. Draw his arms up where I can open up the middle or the center line so I can throw the rear uppercut. He's just going to use his tight defense to block the punches. So when I'm here, I might be jabbing, and then step into the hook, and then shoot the uppercut up the middle. 2 ways you can do the uppercut. You can have a horizontal or palm facing you, or you can have that vertical uppercut. In Manny Pacquiao highlights, you can see him do both of them. Okay, so again, I might get him looking at the jab, maybe a little head movement, looking at the jab, step out, get the lead hook, shoot the rear uppercut. Now that's Manny Pacquiao combo or attack number 2.
Down the middle by Marquez as he did on a quick left hook there. And he boots left. And another.
Manny Pacquiao coming at Marquez like a typhoon across the Pacific.
Okay, Manny Pacquiao attack or move or combo number 3. Manny is known for his fast feet, but what you don't realize is not only is he working his southpaw jab, he's working feints. He does a lot of side to side, kind of like a Mike Tyson movement. What he's doing is he's masking his movements. And he's going to use a lot of feints to draw his opponent either to attack or to defend. So what we're going to do on this one is I'm going to do a fake jab. So let's say I'm working my jab, moving my head, working my jab. I'm going to do a little stomp, and I'm going to crouch down and fake. You see how it draws the defense? So I'm working my jab, maybe some head movement, then I'm going to step and I'm going to fake. What I want is their arms to go down. Just a little bit. So after I fake, I'm going to take another step, and I'm going to step in 1, 2. And then if you're Manny Pacquiao, he always gets off to the side. Okay? So I'm here, I'm working the jab, a little head movement. I'm gonna fake, 1, 2. Off to the side. One more time. Working the jab, that southpaw jab, moving my head. I'm gonna fake, 1, 2. Another way you can set this up is you can work that high to low. High to low. Get that body jab in. Again, looking at the body jab, and then that way you can fake and then go high. Okay? That is combination number 3.
Sides as he backs away along the ropes, and he almost did go down on this chin. And down goes Haku. Pacquiao is coming out of the neutral corner in a hurry. Lands another right hook.
Okay, number 4, Manny Pacquiao, attack, combination, or move. This time, we're going to use a counter punch. One of his most popular counter punches that he uses. He used it a lot in the second Eric Morales fight, and that's what changed the fight. It's going to be his right hook over the top. Right hook over the top. Usually, you will use this as a counter punch in 3 different ways. The first way is if I'm standing here and let's say my opponent's defense, let's say he has a kind of looser boxing stance. You see how if he's fighting orthodox, his hand's a little looser. A lot of remember, I'm doing the same thing. Maybe he's parrying a little bit. I'm moving my head. Okay, but now I'm going to go and get him with it. So I'm going to try to go over this arm. I'm going to step outside his lead foot and throw the hook over the top. 2 ways you can throw the hook. Thumb up, palm down. Whichever way you want to do it and feels comfortable for you. Your own personalized way of doing it. If you watch Pacquiao highlights, Freddie Roach teaches it palm down, but Pacquiao will do both. He will do, sometimes he'll do the palm down or the thumb up. It all depends. Oh, sometimes he'll do a thumb up and then twist it down. Okay, so whatever style of hook you want to do, the concept or the principle of the counter punch is the same. So, the one thing I want to mention though, as a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, is sometimes if you throw a thumb up hook, it's hard to get around the arm and the shoulder. It kind of has to almost make it into an overhand. While the palm down hook can just slide right in. It slides right into a little pocket. So take it whichever way you want to do. Use the hook that you feel the most comfortable. Okay, so the first one is, remember, I'm working my jab, we're sparring, we're fighting, whatever, moving my head. Is his hands a little loose? I'm just going to step outside his lead foot, throw the hook over the top. You see how I cut that angle? That's number 1. Number 2 is, as he initiates, as he starts to step in, okay, I want to try to beat him to the punch. As he starts to throw that jab, because this is really going to work off the jab. So he starts to throw that jab, I'm going to lean my head in a little bit, so make that jab here go over, but I'm going to catch him before, so when he steps in, I'm going to go right over the top. Okay, so this one can be done 2 ways. He throws it slow, I can lean and go over, staying stationary, or he does it, I can step pivot, kind of pivot out of the way. Now the third one is he gets the punch off, or let's say he gets a little closer to me, he's just going to step in and start the jab. I'm going to step back and hook. Step straight back, hook over the top. So he starts to step in, hook over the top. Okay, come in, hook over the top. The number 1 thing I do if I'm sparring southpaw against an orthodox or orthodox against a southpaw is I'm looking to hook over the top. It's a very deceptive punch and it can land very easily. Now let's go on to number 5.
Just some feints and walking right there. Here you see Pacquiao laying that straight left right down the pipe, and down goes Marquez where his gloves touch, but that's considered a knockdown. Then that's that straight right hand again and left hand again and down.
Okay, number 5, Manny Pacquiao moves or attacks. This one's can be a counter punch or just a normal attack. Is going to be that straight left down the pipe, down the middle. Now this works really good when I'm southpaw against an orthodox fighter. So he's just going to stand here and I'm going to The first way we're going to do it is I'm just going to throw a quick straight left down the middle. Let's say his hands are a little open. I see that opening. So there's going to be two different fist positions we're going to talk about here. So we're here, remember I'm jabbing, maybe working my head, going in, going out, faking. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fire right down the middle. I'm going to get my head outside his shoulder offline and fire the straight left down the middle. Now the hand positioning is you can go horizontal, or what I like to do is you almost invert it. Okay, so that's just doing it stationary. I'm here, I'm just going to get offline. You can take a little step out as you do it or not. The second way is taking that step. I'm going to take that step and I'm going to move my head offline. So I'm going to be here, I'm going to step out as I hit. And then this way I can get out by doing a step around or a step pivot. So first way, I'm just here, I'm just going to boom. Or I can step out and throw it. Remember, if he starts to throw that right hand slowly, I can go inside the right hand with it as a counter punch. If he starts to throw that jab inside, I'm going to thread the needle. If you can time it like that, that's the best. Okay? Now, how do you set this up? If you watch Manny setting this up, he's doing this side to side. Working his jab, maybe hooking over the top, side to side. And what he does is he'll go bounce to one side, bounce to his left side, then step out and explode with it. And then he usually pivots out. So that is the top 5 Manny Pacquiao attack or combinations as a southpaw. But like I promised, anything you do as a southpaw, you can do as an orthodox fighter. Okay? So now we're going to reverse positions. He's going to stay orthodox. I'm going to stay orthodox. So we're going to start at the beginning real quickly. The first combination is going to be a jab to the head, jab the body, jab the head. Same thing. I'm here, maybe I'm working my jab, working my head movement, and then maybe I'll throw some body shots to get him looking down. Maybe I can draw his defense down. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to jab body, hopefully his arms drop, and then remember this jab is now preloaded like a cross, and then I'm going to jump out into it. So I'll do a little quicker. I'm going to go jab, body, head. Now, the cross to the head, well, the jab to the head can be horizontal or it can be a vertical fist. Like I said before, you've seen Manny do both of them. Okay? Or if he takes a step back, like he pulls away, he pushes away his hand and steps back, boom, and then I come up with that over the top. If you watch when Manny Pacquiao knocked down Keith Thurman in the first round, that's exactly what happened. Okay, combination number 2. Okay, number 2 is going to be that hook uppercut. Remember, we're orthodox. We're here, maybe I'm working my jab. Maybe I'm doing a little peekaboo. Here, okay? Then I'm going to step in, throw the hook, try to draw the hands up. I'm going to step out and rotate, and then I'm going to fire the rear uppercut. Okay, so I'm here, and I'm working. Remember, everything starts and ends with the jab. Working my jab, step out, poof, poof. Right there. That's combination move number 2. The last one's going to be that fake jab. Well, the third one is going to be the fake jab 1-2. I use this one all the time in Spawn. This is one of my favorites. So maybe I get him looking at the jab, then I'm going to fake the jab, and then come up, boom, boom, and then step out. Again, get him looking at the jab, maybe throw some combinations at him, fake, 1-2. Alright, so now, number 4 is going to be that hook over the top. You can do that as orthodox. And remember, let's say he has a little looser stance. Maybe I'm looking at the jab, I can just step in, boom, throw that hook. Or if he begins to step to me, like he start to throw that jab, I can just hook over the top. And then the final one is, let's say he comes out and gets that jab, I take a step back and hook. You can also do a fadeaway or a check hook where I kind of pivot as a hook, but that's not really how Manny does it. Because of his height, he doesn't have the reach to do like a check hook like a Tyson Fury can do. So that is, which one's that? 4. Got it. So the last one is going to be that straight left, but since we're orthodox, it's going to be the straight right. So let's say he's just in his stance. I'm moving my head a little bit. Work, get him looking at the jab, throwing some fakes. Okay, then I'll just, boom, without telegraphing that straight right. I'm just gonna, boom, I can take a little step. I lean, get the head offline, throw that straight right down the pipe. Okay? Or I can take a bigger step, invert that fist, where it kind of comes up at an upward angle. Boom! So I'm offline, then I can get out. It's kind of a quick shot, so I'll do it. We're here, maybe get him looking at the jab, and then boom, they go. Usually the hand will move before you step, so you don't telegraph it. Okay? And then at any time, he can throw that cross at me, boom, I can hit him right in the middle. Okay? So that is all 5 Manny Pacquiao combinations or moves as an orthodox fighter. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Have a good day.